Brazil's President Jair Bolsonaro makes no secret of his admiration for the United States and its President, Donald Trump, on display when the two met at the White House in March. In Brazil's foreign policy, this has translated into a close alignment between the two countries on various international issues, from the political crisis in Venezuela to Brazil's support of U.S. sanctions against Iran, which includes a refusal to refuel Iranian ships in Brazilian waters. And Bolsonaro is stalking controversy in a current campaign to appoint his son, Eduardo Bolsonaro, to be Brazil's ambassador to the U.S., based in part on his good relations with the Trump family. The decision has been widely criticized even within the president's ranks and risks a veto from Brazil's Senate. This analyst calls what we're seeing a case of automatic alignment with the U.S., and says there is danger in such an approach.
Presidents, they do have ideological affinities with each other. However, a nation's foreign policy, particularly a nation like Brazil that is a major player in the world, shouldn't be shaped by the interests only of the current government, but by long-term interests. And historically, Brazil is what we call a pivot state in the world. It's a state like South Africa, Turkey, India. It has a lot to sell, and therefore it can bargain harder than a very small state.
This former Brazilian ambassador to the U.S. says he fears the impact of ideology in the country's foreign policy.
I was ambassador to the United States. When I was there, the United States was priority. I received instructions from the President Cardoso and Lula to give all priority to the bilateral relationship. So it's not new to have a priority now. What I meant to say was that the difference is the ideological emphasis.
President Jair Bolsonaro's administration has made a very clear ideological choice on its foreign policy, which includes a close relationship with countries like Israel, Hungary, and the United States. But the question is, will this negatively impact Brazil's relationship with other important global players, like China, the country's main trade partner? During his election campaign, Bolsonaro made a number of critical remarks against China, which raised concerns about the direction of ties between the two countries. But the president of the Brazil-China Chamber of Commerce predicts Bolsonaro's planned visit to Beijing in October will help dispel any remaining discomfort.
Since his campaign, Bolsonaro has changed his viewpoint about China. He recognizes now that China is a strategic partner of Brazil, and his acceptance to go to China is a very, very good sign, because once he sees China, he will return from China with a completely different mindset about what China means.
President Bolsonaro's views on foreign policy seem to depart from Brazil's diplomatic tradition of neutrality, and the world continues to watch and see how ideological shifts may impact Brazil's global standing. Paulo Cabral, CGTN, São Paulo.